Good evening. Welcome to Guna Matters. Pardon me. Yeah, there's been a bit of a break in sharing some videos from Guna Matters. My opinion, my take on the links, and on obviously the rumored players that supposedly come to Arsenal. Now, I've got three players just to feature. There's two wingers, Johan Bakayoko, Pedro Neto, and then the defender, Kounde, the French Jules Kounde. Now, just a bit of a background, or not background, just an update on why I was missing for a couple of days. And I want to just extend a warning to all of you that are watching. Please be careful out there for the online fraudsters. I was a victim of online fraud. A couple of grand was taken from my account. Obviously, not a couple of grand. It maxed out my account. So yeah, just be careful out there, and take precautions of how you gonna do online business with the bank, whether the banks are calling you or not. Just be careful. But yeah, let's get into the transfer rumors and links, and let's do that after this video. Welcome back to Guna Matters on this Friday night. What a beautiful day it was. Yeah, by the way, subscribe to Guna Matters, hit the like, share this video, and also put on the bell for all the notifications so you are informed what my view is, what my stance is, and the links and the rumors of the players that are supposedly coming to Arsenal. Now, first of all, I want to speak about a player that has been a long-standing target for Arsenal. I mean, we've been talking about this player quite a few times, but Pedro Neto, the Portuguese player, yeah, he's playing for Wolves at this point. He's a winger. He had a bit of a good spell at Wolves last season. However, as per usual, he's injury prone. His fitness is always in question. He's always not available for Wolves or for Portugal. For the last couple of games in the Premier League for Wolves, he was missing. However, he had a good time or a good spell for them when he was fit. Now, that's the only thing that obviously stands in the way of one of the things, rather, that stand in the way, and the reason why Arsenal might not go in for him is because of his fitness. Though there was reports this week to suggest that Arsenal are wanting to see a fitness record and a fitness update of this player in order to make a decision based on why they're interested in him, and obviously how they can groom him further in his career. He's only 26, 24 years old. And he's in his prime, and he can obviously do quite a bit in a better team than Wolves. And no disrespect to Wolves, that is. Now, I just want to read a bit of a report on Pedro. It was said 2 days ago that on his arrival at the club, Neto was trusted to start on the left by the 24-year-old, by Mikel Arteta, with the 24-year-old quickly becoming a regular in the squad. No, this is a wrong report. This is a report saying that he's already a player at Arsenal. He's impressed immensely in his first campaign as a gunner. This is BS. Sorry, that's the wrong report. Um, There you go. Uh, you know what? If you don't do your due diligence properly, then you can get caught offside. Um, yeah, so Arsenal are interested in signing Pedro Neto from Premier League rivals Wolverhampton in the summer transfer window. And according to Football Transfers, the report has claimed that the Gunners will undertake a medical assessment of the winger before deciding whether to bid for him or not. Now, as reported, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta is a massive admirer of Neto, and the Gunners wanted to sign the Portugal international in January transfer window, but were told to pay £80 million for him. And then the report has claimed that the Wanderers or the Wolves could now sell him for £43 million. Now, 43 million opposed to 80 million, that's half the price according to what was said in January. Um, so, yeah, 43 sounds much better. And of course, for such a player yet to prove his fitness for a full campaign, yet to be seen. However, there's a player there. There's a very good player, and I mean, he's been taking on um, defenders from big teams, the likes of Manchester City, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of the defenders of Newcastle, the likes. There's so many good defenders in this Premier League that he has taken on and taken apart with his pace, with his skill, and of course with his eye for goal. So Pedro Neto obviously has shown us what he is capable of, and the good thing is the proverbial saying that he's Premier League proven, which is also a good thing. Now the cliche has not worn off from the fact that he's a Premier League proven player. My opinion suggests that he is a very good player. I like him. I would have liked to see him at Arsenal much earlier than now, obviously to push and compete with Bukayo Saka. And for that reason, I think he'd be a good player and a good competition for Saka. I would see him as a starter, but I would not see him benching Saka. I would rather see him starting certain games though, because that is what we're going to need because of the competitions that we're going to have, the extended playing time in the Champions League. Um, there's going to be more games there, so our squad need to be um, properly trimmed, properly balanced, and also very, very able players to come in as a starter, not as a backup, but as a competitive player that you could start as well. If Bukayo Saka has played a couple of games in one row, you can start Pedro Neto against other teams for a couple of. So your rotation of the team is very important going forward. And in your opinion, please leave your opinion and your reports or your views in the comment section below because your opinion matters. It's not just about what I say, what I believe, or my opinion is about you as well. Because that is why I do these videos to hear from you, to hear what you are thinking and why you say that we either take him or why we shouldn't take him. And yes, by the way, please subscribe, like, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can get notified. And yeah, so leave your comments about Pedro Neto. Like I said, my concern is obviously his fitness. And like I said, and the report is stating that Arsenal is obviously first assessing his fitness, his medical assessment, before they would want to bid for him or not. And I think 43 is still a bit high, considering his fitness, considering his game time of late. But I must say that he looks very good in the Euros for the last couple of games that he's played for Portugal. He came on as a sub, and I think and he started the last game, the group stage game. He started, so he looks very, very good. And the one thing that I like about him is obviously he can shift and he can soar across the pitch He's a predominantly left foot player, but he can go up front, he can go on the side, he can come from the right and the left, and he can cross the ball, and he's got pace. So we need those type of things and the skill that he possesses. So yeah, leave your comments in the comment section below, and also give us your opinion about what you think. Should we go for Pedro Neto, or should we stay away because of his fitness? Just a interesting fact about him is that Neto who is a part of the Portugal squad at this Euros 2024 finals in Germany, has had injury problems in the recent times, and Arsenal reportedly want to make sure that he will be fine in the long term. Now, the winger has scored 11 goals and given 19 assists in 111 appearances in the Premier League so far in his career. So he's quite an experienced player of over 100 appearances for Wolves, and scoring 11 goals and 19 assists is about 30 goals contributions for as a winger. However, I think it could have been more if he had stayed fit. Well, that's just me. That's my opinion. So therefore, I would like for you to obviously give your opinion. And the next player I obviously want to sort of talk about is another winger, and this winger is also at the Euros, and he looks also very, very exciting. Is Johan Bakayoko. 21 years old. He is playing for PSV Eindhoven, and he's also a winger for the same amount. Was 43 million pounds. So yeah, I think this is quite new for me. I don't know much of the player as what I've seen played for PSV. I think against, is it Liverpool? Can't remember. Nonetheless, but I didn't see much of him, so I can't say that I like the player or I know about him. I have seen him playing for Belgium now in the Euros 2024. Very exciting, very pacey as well. Playing on the left and on the right. And this is the report that has been reported today on Give Me Sport. It says Arsenal make inquiry over PSV star Bakayoko, Johan Bakayoko. Arsenal have inquired about the possibility of luring Johan Bakayoko to the Emirates Stadium ahead of potentially formalizing the interest by lodging a summer bid, according to PSV Eindhoven insider Rick Alfrank. Now, the Dutch journalist report that the winger is currently focused on the Euro 2024 and is likely to only make a decision after the tournament, which is probably fair, and which is most of the situations that's running now of the players that are linked to for certain clubs now. They obviously want to do good for their countries, and they want to go as far as they can into the knockout stages and probably going to the final. According to Alfrank, Bakayoko could have doubts over a move to North London this summer, given the presence of Bukayo Saka in the squad, as he would have to compete for playing time with England international. Now, this player is facing interest from multiple Premier League clubs in the summer, as Liverpool have also been linked with him, and the new manager Arne Slot knows Bakayoko well from his time in the Netherlands, and could bring him in as a long-term replacement for Mohamed Salah, who is heading into this final contract year. I always say, and I always maintain, that if you are linked as a club to a specific player, whether you've known him, whether you've heard of him, whether you've seen him play, whether you've followed him, and also depending on how long you have been linked with this player. So a lot of fans go onto YouTube and they go look at YouTube and they say, this is a good player. That's just purely the good parts of his playing style, of his position, of his skills and what his abilities are. The weaknesses doesn't get shown on those videos. Therefore, I'm not going to sit here to say that I know this player. But like I said earlier on, I've seen him playing for his country now, last couple of games. He looks exciting. And I'm not going to make any comments regarding his ability, but he is a player that can show his quality. There is somebody there that can come out. There's a player there that can come out. Him coming out to suggest that he's going to have to fight with Bakayoko for a position, I think that for me in itself should be the challenge. That for me in itself should be a motivation for you to come and play for a big club such as Arsenal. You can't make statements if this report is even a reality or real. The statement that you're making that or that the journalist suggests is that the doubts you have to move to North London is because of Bukayo Saka in the squad, and you would have to compete for playing time with the England international. I don't think Arsenal is going to pay 43 million for a young player of 21 years old for him to sit on the bench for a full season. However, you have to come in and sort of fight for your position. I mean, look at uh, uh, Leandro Trossard. Trossard came um, in January of two years ago, and his first 6 months at the club, he played a couple of cameos. He came in here and there, but he had to prove obviously his quality in the club, how he fits into the team, and those type of things. And all know that when he was at Brighton, he was a starter and he played very well. He was a key player for them, and he came to Arsenal for cheap, and we have seen that return in the last season. And he kept Martinelli out of the team. A lot of people say that Martinelli had a bad season, but one of the reasons why he had a bad season, he didn't have game time because of Trossard keeping him out of the team. And that is what you're gonna have to do if you want to play for Arsenal. So I don't want to see players coming to Arsenal and suggest that they want to start immediately. No, you're gonna have to come and sort of work and be chosen at merit, and not because we've paid 43 million for you. You gotta come in and you gotta have to fight and you're gonna have to work hard, whether it's in training or in a match. You're gonna have to show that the manager and the staff are able to choose you because of what you bring, not what you cost. Um, so yeah, I think there's still a lot for me to obviously understand about this youngster. Maybe because he's young, he makes you have these sort of statements, and maybe because there's also other players or other teams rather interested in him. I mean, the likes of Liverpool are there. Previously, he was sorry, he was previously linked with uh, PSG, Brentford, Burnley, and now Arsenal, Liverpool. So he's not a type of player to suggest that there is no big teams that are interested in him. Yes, there are big teams interested in him, and that's the good part of it. Is that you see who are interested in him, gives you an understanding of what the people are seeing in him, the skill, the ability, and long term age profile, that sort of thing. Yeah. So leave us your comments in the comment section below about this player. I'd love to see players come in, but it has to be the correct fit, because we can't come bring in players and they don't fit the profile, they don't fit the style of play, or they don't fit in the team. I mean, I look at Nicolas Pepe of a couple of seasons ago. He was a star in France, and coming to Arsenal, although he had scored about 19 or something goals for the Gunners, he struggled. So we don't want to see that again. We don't want to see players come in with a big hype, I mean, 72 million for Pepe. We had to let him go for so much less. So yeah, I don't want to see that happen again. So please leave your comments, your thoughts, and how do you see this player? Is he a fit for Arsenal or is he not? He must stay away from us. So the last segment player that I want to talk about is a player that I really like. It's a player that I've seen so much of in his club and in his country, and very consistent that is, and it is Jules Kounde. Now, Jules Kounde has also a very good reputation in Spain, playing for Barcelona. He has played, I think, 36 games of 38 last season, and that's a good return for a full season. And he's been consistent in that team. And for Xavi to keep on with him also says a lot. He's a right-sided defender. He can play on both sides of the central defender, but he's mostly on the right-hand side, and he's been playing at right back for Barcelona and also now for France in the Euros 2024. Now, this is what the reports is saying, is that Arsenal opened talks with Barcelona to sign Jules Kounde. This was earlier today. Arsenal have established contact with Barcelona for the signing of Jules Kounde this summer, according to Spanish media Gigantes, as relayed by Sport, the outlet Sport. The 25-year-old was a dependable presence for Xavi Hernandez's backline, playing 35 of Barcelona's 38 matches. I said 36, I apologize. 35 of La Liga games last season, and his performance earned him a spot in the French squad for the season's Euros, where he features in all three matches thus far. Now, according to Gigantes, I don't know if I pronounce it properly, Barcelona are looking to improve their squad next season by making quality and additions to their squad this summer and to increase their income for transfers. They need to sell several players, and one of the players they're looking to cash in is Kounde. Now, this is the one report, but I will also read another report which is so much controversial to this one. Now, the report adds that Arsenal have contacted the Catalan Giants to express their interest in signing the Frenchman, and Kounde still has a contract with Barcelona that ends in summer of 2027. And his transfer valuation, according to Transfer Market, it is 38 million. And that can prove to be a bargain if the Gunners can lure him to the Emirates. Now that is the one, the one section of, or the one report of the one outlet, and then this is the other one that's written on in the Metro by a different journalist. Barcelona have rejected Arsenal's initial approach for Jules Kounde. This is also today, and the update was 1:37 p.m. this afternoon. Kounde has just finished his second season at Barcelona, having joined them joined them 2 years ago for £41.8 million from Sevilla. Now he's capable of playing at both centre back and right back, but primarily plays at the right hand side for Barcelona's defense, and has done so in the right back for his country. According to Gigantes, Arsenal have made an inquiry to Barcelona about Kounde's availability this summer, but the La Liga club are not actively looking to sell the France international. Now, the other report says that Barcelona need to sell several players, and one of the players are these. So, therefore, these rumors and links is also so controversial, because this one says that, the other one says this. But I'm leaning more to what I think Arsenal are doing. They are interested in obviously a left back. I'm not sure why they would talk about a right back. If Arsenal are serious about Jules Kounde, and it's not the first time that we heard. I think last week we also heard that numerous outlets or journalists has mentioned that Arsenal are interested in Jules Kounde, but we were interested in Jules Kounde. I think last summer was linked with us, and in January. But again, like this report said, that he started with Barcelona only 2 years ago. Now, they will only let him go, according to Gigante's host Gerard Romero. They have told Arsenal they are waiting to hear from what's happening with Ronald Araujo, and it depends whether he stays or he's going, because there's also teams that are interested in him. Now, this is a very, very unreal thought, or part of the report is saying that given that Kounde has a 1 billion euro release clause as part of contract with Barcelona, Arsenal would need to go negotiate a transfer fee for the defender. That amounts to 837 million pounds. That is ridiculous. Either that is a typo, but I don't think any player can have that amount of on his release clause. That is ridiculous. You are out marketing that player. But nonetheless, have your say or your comments about this player. I like him. I like him to have a stint in the Premier League, whether it's Arsenal or whether it's any other team. I like to see him in the Premier League. I like what I've seen about him. But you obviously need to come to a point where there is the balance of the type of player. So he's doing well in the Euros, according to to what I've seen, but also done well in Barcelona's colors last season. That's only La Liga, and now he's doing the whole Europe thing with his country. So there's a player there for 38 million. It's quite a good price for a defender. However, we paid 50 million for Ben White. But yeah, that is the thing with this transfer rumors and links. So have your comments in the comment section below, and let us hear what is your thoughts about these three players, which is Jules Kounde, Johan Bakayoko, and of course Pedro Neto. And yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, be careful on how you do business, whether it's online or whether it's banking, calling you or whatever. Please be careful and do not become a victim like I did of fraudulent transactions and emptying your bank account. But nonetheless, enjoy tomorrow's Euros. Tomorrow is the next round. So enjoy it up until then. I probably will make another video tomorrow. And yeah, God bless, be safe, and cheers.